The Christians. Let's talk about Christians and Jesus. And we see that the Christians, they say that they are like Jesus, or they think that they are like Jesus. But when we truly look at it, or when I look at it, when I look at the Christians and then think about Jesus, they are not alike in any way. Christians and Jesus are different, very, very different. And there's nothing in them that resemble each other. There's nothing in the two, in Jesus and in the Christians, that is alike, because Jesus was a man that drew life from within himself. Jesus was a man that first of all, he knew what he was. He knew who he was. He knew his God identity. He knew his spirit identity. He knew his I am nature. But the Christians, they do not know that. They know nothing about that. Jesus draws life from his own being, his own omnipresent, his own being that overflows with life. So from his own being, he draws life. But when you look at the Christians read a book that has been written about Jesus, and they try to copy the life of Jesus. So while Jesus is drawing life from his own being, from his own God nature, the Christians recite creeds and laws from a book that has been written about Jesus. So these are two different things. The Christians, they read about Jesus and then they try to copy that life. While Jesus is a man that draws, or he was a man that drew life from his own infinite being. Okay, so we find that there is a difference. There is a very big difference between the two. So the Christians are not like Jesus. They are trying to be like Jesus. They are trying to copy the life of Jesus. But they can never ever be like Jesus, because by copying, you cannot be like another one. The only way to be like Jesus is to realize what Jesus realized and to know what Jesus knew, not to try to read a book. Like the Christians, they read a book about Jesus and they think in that book there is life. That book is just words about other people. It is not a word about you. Your being is infinite, and from that, just like Jesus did, from your own being, you can draw life and not try to copy the life of another. Okay? Because Jesus says that if you believe, you can do much, much more than these things that I am doing. So Jesus is saying, do not copy me. But if you believe, if you see your own being and believe in it, if you behold your own being and believe in it, then you will be able to manifest it in even a much bigger capacity than Jesus did. So Jesus is saying, do not copy me, but believe, look into your own self, and then draw life. Okay.